you know, and that's what we represent. Devin represents being a clean fighter, a family man, representing the community, not cheating, not using steroids.
We were all disappointed to learn that Garcia was dosed up during the Devin fight, but we all waited for confirmation. And just 2 days ago, it was revealed that he was indeed not natural in the fight. Upon learning the truth, Bill Haney is planning a $200 million lawsuit against Garcia.
Because he'll get banned. You know, he'll get banned by the New York State Athletic Commission and he won't be able to fight. But look, if that ban's a year, 2 years, he might not fight again in a year anyway.
And it now seems that Ryan Garcia is ready to give up boxing. Things are getting messy, so stick to the end to see where Ryan Garcia stands. In a messy turn of events in the boxing world, Bill Haney, father of lightweight champion Devin Haney, launched a brutal attack on Ryan Garcia following the positive result of Garcia's B-sample doping test. The test, which confirmed the presence of PEDs, a banned performance-enhancing substance, has ignited a firestorm of controversy and harsh criticism.
I believe that Ryan Garcia was a good fighter. We were 3-3 with him. I think he's an even better TikToker or influencer or whatever because he fooled you guys into thinking that he was crazy. I knew that he wasn't crazy.
Remember, Ryan Garcia had already tested positive in his A sample, which he claimed was false, and requested the B sample results, which would be revealed on May 22nd, thinking that this would save him. It actually just made things worse by confirming the presence of the same substances. To make matters worse, lawyers, possible ban, and everyone from all the corners of the sport is throwing verbal jabs at Ryan, Bill Haney included. Bill Haney did not hold back in his condemnation of Garcia. In a videotaped speech that quickly went viral, he made his feelings unmistakably clear. "Cheaters don't prosper. What is done in the dark always comes to light," he said. Repeatedly branding Garcia as a cheater, Haney expressed his disdain for what he sees as Garcia's ignorant disregard for the rules and the values of boxing. He pointed out the hypocrisy in Garcia's behavior, noting the damaging impact it could have on young fans and aspiring boxers who look up to him. "He is a cheater," Haney repeated, with a stronger conviction this time. "What about all the kids who want to box? They look up to Ryan Garcia. Don't be like Ryan Garcia. He's a bum." "We're gonna file a lawsuit, a $200 million lawsuit. I know most of you all like him, but this is it. This is the sport. He knew the repercussions when he got into that ring, and ain't nobody feeling sorry for him."
Cheaters don't prosper, and ain't nothing funny about what the Garcia team and what Ryan Garcia done did. Expect something serious. It's ramifications.
Bill Haney's strong reactions have continued with a detailed written statement following the confirmation of Ryan Garcia's positive B-sample doping test. In his statements, Bill Haney has expressed massive disappointment and frustration, highlighting the severity of Garcia's actions. "It's unfortunate Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and testing positive not once but twice," Haney said, emphasizing the repeated nature of Garcia's infractions. It was just before this that Devin Haney called out Garcia directly, insisting that he owes an apology to the fans who support the sport. He also criticized Garcia's casual attitude towards the situation, referencing a recent tweet from Garcia that seemed to downplay the seriousness of the doping allegations. "Ryan owes the fans an apology, and by his recent tweet, he still thinks this is a joke," Haney added. The danger inherent in boxing was a key point in Haney's statement. "We put our lives on the line to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing," he said, stressing the life-threatening risks his son was under during the fight. Haney noted how the positive test results cast their fight in a completely different light. Despite fighting under the influence of a banned substance, Garcia managed to defeat Haney, raising serious concerns about the fairness and integrity of the match. "Despite the disadvantage, I still fought on my shield and got back up. People die in this sport. This isn't a joking matter." Devin Haney. Bill Haney had shared more of his own intense feelings on the matter in an interview with Sports Illustrated. Expressing a mix of anger and betrayal, he said, "You are trying to hurt my baby. We played it fair. We didn't do it like that. F-boxing, this is some bullshit. I came from the streets." His comments touched on the deep emotional impact the doping scandal has had on the Haney camp. He also accused Garcia of being scared to face Devin on an equal playing field, stating, "You scared of Devin on a level playing field. I feel F up over this." The controversy has prompted an investigation by the New York State Athletic Commission into the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association test results. There is a possibility that the fight's result could be overturned to a no contest, a decision that Devin Haney's promoter, Eddie Hearn, strongly supports. Devin Haney's side are distraught, angry, and of course want this bout to be a no contest, which is very likely, I would say, Hearn said. Hearn also elaborated on the implications of the doping allegations, pointing out the clear advantage Garcia had.
Or not, it's over to him to prove, because he'll get banned. You know, he'll get banned by the New York State Athletic Commission, and he won't be able to fight. But look, if that ban's a year, 2 years, he might not fight again.
Regardless of the way that got in the system, once the fight takes place, and you've been proven to have that in your system, the fight hasn't happened on fair stakes, Hearn explained. He also mentioned the weight discrepancy, noting that Garcia was 3.5 pounds over the limit, compounding the unfairness. And he was 3.5 pounds over, so Devin's probably thinking to himself, F me. He came in 3.5 pounds over, he's got performance-enhancing drugs in the system. And I've got beat, do me a favor, Hearn stated, empathizing with Devin Haney's frustration, and he didn't stop there. Hearn acknowledged the difficult path ahead for Garcia should he choose to contest the allegations. But you have to give Ryan his opportunity. As I said, I've been on the other side. I don't know Ryan Garcia. I have no idea if he's cheated or not. But as I said, in this situation, I've said it before. Guilty until proven innocent, and he's gonna have to go through his hearings, Hearn added. He reflected on the grueling nature of such processes, saying, I don't know if he's gonna have the resilience to go through this process because I've seen it break people, but he is going to have to go through a nightmare of a process now to clear his name. Now it seems that Ryan Garcia is already in hot boiling soup, and we are not sure how he will get out of it. However, Ryan Garcia doesn't seem concerned about the whole thing. At first, Ryan Garcia had strongly denied the use of any PEDs. At the end of the day, I barely take supplements. Big lies. But upon the results of the second test, his response seems interesting. His posts, which have since been deleted, conveyed a mix of sarcasm and defiance. It does seem that Ryan doesn't really care what happens from now on, even if it means him losing his place in boxing. In a response to the B sample, Garcia took to social media some tough words, saying, "Let's go positive. Positive vibes, bruh. Yes, so happy," Garcia wrote, followed by, "I F King love PEDs. I don't care. I'll never make money again with boxing. Your loss, not mine, for setting me up. LOL, jokes on you all. I will swallow all PEDs."
Still passionate about it. I'm still working behind the scenes against it. So there's a time and place for everything. This is not something they play with, bro. They're trying to say I'm a cheater, bro. I've never cheated in my life. I don't even cheat in video games. This is why I'm saying this is bullshit. Do not believe the hype. They trying to set me up. Already built in.
These posts created a stir, reflecting Garcia's frustration and disbelief over the doping allegations. In response to the backlash from these posts, Garcia's legal team quickly issued a formal statement to clarify his position and assert his commitment to fair competition, saying, Ryan Garcia is committed to clean and fair competition and has never intentionally used any banned substance, the statement began. It highlighted Garcia's proactive measures to prove his innocence, including undergoing a hair sample analysis by Dr. Pascal Kintz, a leading expert in toxicology and hair sample analysis. The results of this test came back negative, suggesting that Garcia had not ingested PEDs over a prolonged period, thus supporting his claim of unintentional contamination. Garcia's lawyers emphasized that throughout his career, he has consistently tested negative for banned substances, including the multiple tests leading up to his fight against Devin Haney. The statement noted that the detected levels of PEDs in Garcia's samples were extraordinarily low, in the billionth of a gram range, which is consistent with contamination rather than deliberate use. All of those factors, combined with his ultra-low levels from samples taken on April 19th and 20, point to Ryan being a victim of supplement contamination and never receiving any performance-enhancing benefit from the microscopic amounts in his system, the statement explained. The legal team further detailed their efforts to trace the source of the contamination. They are currently testing all of Garcia's supplements used in preparation for the fight to identify the specific source of the banned substance. We are certain that one of the natural supplements Ryan was using in the lead up to the fight will prove to be contaminated and are in the process of testing the supplements to determine the exact source. The statement concluded.
Yeah. First one is the jab. Second one is the right hand. Third one is the hook. The left hook. Right hook.
The aftermath of this statement saw both Devin and Bill Haney from the Haney camp take to social media to express their thoughts. Devin questioned the validity of Garcia's reported negative hair sample test in a post on X. Ryan and his team knew he would test positive, that's why they did a BS hair test on their own. Who really knows if they did it? He wrote. Bill Haney's response carried a more ominous tone, warning Garcia of the consequences of his actions. Cheaters don't prosper, he began, emphasizing the inevitability of truth coming to light. He condemned Garcia's hypocrisy, highlighting the disconnect between his actions and the image he presents to his fans. You don't violate no Haney and expect. We signed up for a fair fight and didn't get it. He's a cheater, Bill asserted firmly. Bill Haney expressed his determination to address the situation head-on, promising to bring closure to the controversy surrounding Garcia's actions. We're going to do what we can to bring some closure to this very, very bad thing that the Garcia team did, he said, leaving no doubt about his resolve to seek justice. Well, it seems that we should be expecting that $200 million lawsuit soon. The Haney camp's public responses underscored their firm stance against doping and their commitment to fair competition. Remember when we said Ryan Garcia is getting verbal jabs from everyone around the world of boxing? Well, the Paul brothers also got into the picture. Upon learning about the situation, Logan Paul swiftly took to his Instagram stories, sharing a series of quips aimed at ridiculing Garcia. These posts were intended to damage Garcia's reputation and were circulated for a brief period. Additionally, Paul posted a photo of Garcia on his Instagram account, accompanied by the caption, "Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater," which may have been a reference to a previous promotional film he produced for Friday Night SmackDown. Paul's invitation for Garcia to appear on his podcast significantly boosted Garcia's online visibility in 2019, playing a key role in enhancing Garcia's online presence. Garcia exhibited erratic behavior before his meeting with Haney, alleging that Logan, Jake Paul, and KSI were working for Satan. This occurred shortly before the confrontation initiated by Haney. In an effort to assert his dominance, Garcia once again targeted the Paul brothers and KSI, citing his success against Haney as evidence of his superiority over them. All three individuals involved in the situation produce and distribute Prime, a sports and vitality drink. However, Garcia explicitly advised against using Prime in a post on X, suggesting a rift between them regarding the product's safety. Garcia claimed to have defeated Paul in a previous grappling contest, further adding to the tension between them. However, Garcia also acknowledged his involvement in the contest, which occurred after a significant lapse of time. Now, following the positive results of his drug test, Garcia may face sanctions or suspension from the New York State Athletic Commission. The positive test results significantly threatened Garcia's career and reputation. And yes, this could be a huge blow to Ryan Garcia, as far as we know.
Totally so. So y'all continue on with that, while he's speaking about that he's running from the elitists and he's doing stuff to protect the kids, meanwhile using drugs and openly.
To give you a clear view, let's look at what analysts are saying. Paulie Malignaggi, a well-known boxing analyst, has expressed skepticism regarding Ryan Garcia's test results. Malignaggi predicts that Garcia may not face a significant suspension and could be back in the ring for his next fight relatively soon. According to Malignaggi, Garcia is on the path to becoming the next big star in boxing, following in the footsteps of luminaries like Canelo Alvarez. The analyst emphasizes Garcia's immense star power, suggesting that no other boxer in the United States currently possesses such magnetism. He believes that the New York State Athletic Commission, considering the potential loss of revenue and prestige, is unlikely to impose a lengthy suspension on Garcia. Malignaggi points out the decline in boxing's popularity in New York compared to its heyday with fighters like Miguel Cotto and Felix Trinidad. He suggests that denying Garcia the opportunity to fight in New York a location he enjoys, could result in lost revenue for the state and potentially sour Garcia's relationship with the commission. Drawing a parallel to Canelo Alvarez's suspension, Malignaggi notes that while Alvarez, as a seasoned star, received a relatively short suspension of 6 months, the situation might be different for Garcia. Alvarez had a long history of fighting in Nevada, which likely influenced the leniency of his suspension. In contrast, Garcia's limited experience in New York raises questions about his intentions to return to the state for future fights. I'm very pessimistic about this. I remember Canelo Alvarez, who is still the star of boxing, but it's sort of trickling over to Ryan Garcia now. He was a major star, and he was suspended 6 months, which, if you look at Canelo Alvarez's schedule, he's suspended until his next fight, said Paulie Malignaggi to ProBox TV, discussing whether a suspension will impact the career of Ryan Garcia. Malignaggi's pessimism stems from the historical precedents in boxing and its reputation for leniency towards established stars. He suggests that Garcia may face a suspension until he decides to return to the ring, rather than being subjected to a fixed period of inactivity.
Matches, but I'm not going to jump out there and accuse someone of something that I don't personally have all the information. That would be me being irresponsible. I can tell you this: if they tested him on, I'm reading everything that you guys are reading too.
Chris Algieri, another boxing expert, echoes Malignaggi's sentiments regarding the potential consequences for Ryan Garcia. Algieri describes the boxing world as operating under a two-tiered legal system, where the severity of penalties depends on factors such as a fighter's prominence, financial contributions to the sport, and career stage. Algieri emphasizes that Garcia's status as a rising star will likely shield him from severe repercussions. Despite the possibility of having his victory over Haney nullified, Algieri believes Garcia will remain unfazed, saying, "He doesn't care. He's going to say, I still kicked Devin Haney's ass. And whether it's on my record or not, everybody knows it. Everybody saw it." The boxing expert highlights the long-standing trend in the sport where popular fighters receive preferential treatment, a pattern he expects to continue with Garcia. Algieri dismisses the notion of Haney or Gervonta Davis assuming Garcia's mantle as the next American boxing star, citing Haney's lack of popularity and Davis's infrequent and risk-averse fighting style. Algieri also speculates on the possibility of Garcia receiving a reduced suspension if his team can argue that the presence of PEDs in his system resulted from accidental contamination. He predicts that if Garcia's legal team can substantiate this claim, the suspension could be as short as 6 months, aligning with Garcia's anticipated hiatus from the ring even without a ban. In Algieri's view, Garcia's financial gains and the perception of having defeated Haney outweigh the potential long-term consequences of the doping scandal. He emphasizes the inherent disparities in boxing's legal system and suggests that proving accidental use of banned substances would likely lead to a lenient punishment for Garcia. So for him, he made a ton of money. He feels he got beat up. He did beat up Devin Haney. I don't think it's going to matter that much for him in the long run. This is boxing. Unfortunately, it's a two-tiered legal system that we have. Whether it was intentional or not, the proof of burden is on Team Ryan Garcia to prove that this was accidental. If that was the case, this is going to be a short ban and Ryan will be back in the ring probably early next year, said Algieri. Bill Haney's planned $200 million lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for doping in their recent fight throws a wrench into the aftermath of the boxing scandal. While the intent to punish Garcia and deter future doping is clear, the lawsuit's success hinges on legal hurdles and public perception. The biggest challenge Haney faces is proving the massive financial damages he claims. Doping violations typically result in suspensions, not fight cancellations. Devin Haney still received his fight purse, and viewership numbers may not have been significantly impacted. Attributing lost sponsorships or future earnings specifically to Garcia's actions will be a complex task in court. Furthermore, defining a clean fight becomes murky. Even without doping, the fight could be challenged based on Garcia's weight discrepancy or potential injuries. This weakens Haney's claim of a completely fair fight being disrupted by doping. suing for such a high amount based on a fight with potential technicalities could backfire in the court of public opinion. The lawsuit might be seen as a money grab, tarnishing Haney's reputation for sportsmanship. However, there are potential benefits for Haney's move. The lawsuit, despite the high claim, could serve as a strong deterrent to future doping. Setting a legal precedent with a significant lawsuit amount, even if reduced in court, could send a powerful message to other fighters about the consequences of violating anti-doping regulations. Additionally, the discovery process during the lawsuit might unearth damaging information about Garcia's doping practices or team negligence. This could lead to a settlement for Haney or significantly strengthen his position if the case goes to trial. Public pressure is another factor. By keeping the spotlight on Garcia's actions, the lawsuit could sway public opinion in Haney's favor. The most likely outcome is a settlement before trial.
Yeah.
Cheater. He's a cheater.
He's a cheater. You know what? The one thing that Devin represents, he represents family and being a role model, being a clean fighter. Devin represents being a clean fighter, a family man, representing the community, not cheating.
Garcia may agree to a smaller sum to avoid a protracted legal battle and the risk of further negative publicity. If the case goes to court, the judge may significantly reduce the requested amount based on the difficulty of proving damages. Even if Haney doesn't win the full amount, the lawsuit could be seen as a symbolic victory against doping in boxing. This lawsuit could have a multifaceted impact on the sport. It could highlight weaknesses in anti-doping measures, leading to stricter regulations and testing procedures. Well, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. See you in the next one.